Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. It's actually a lovely evening. We are still enjoying the cool breeze of the 63rd birthday of Nigeria as a nation, and we've done well when it comes to sports. We've had our highs and we had our lows. And congratulations to all our sporting men and women, boys and girls who has put Nigerian name when it comes to sport on the world map, and we cannot just stop talking about them. We cannot just forget about them. We have a lot of them in football, in athletics, in badminton, in Scrabble, in cricket, every sport that Nigerian always go for. In tracks, they used to do well. Okay, on that note, let's go straight to the first story. Now we're going straight to Italy, where Victor Osimhen has actually come out to speak after that video mocking him after he missed a penalty against Bologna in the Italian Serie A. And it has been an issue. And for Victor Osimhen, he has actually come out over the weekend. He was able to put his name on the score sheet. He scored in the 4-0 thrashing of Lecce in the Italian Serie A. And Victor Osimhen, after that game, granted some interview. He said he has been apologized to, but we need Napoli to come out publicly to do this apology. He has thanked Nigerians for standing by him and every other person out there who has stood by Victor Osimhen during this period of this mocking video, and it's not a good one at all. I have Isaac Omidiji all the way from Niger State joining me on the show this evening. Isaac, welcome to the show, and let's begin with Victor Osimhen in Italy. After the weekend, he was able to score against Lecce 4-0. It ended in that game, and he got a goal in that particular counter. There was a penalty, but he left it for another person to take. So what about Napoli has not really handled this issue very well? Isaac, are you there?
Right, Napoli didn't handle it very well. Unfortunately, they even released a statement. In the statement, you'll be expecting that they will make an apology. Nothing of such in the apology. They sacked the head of their social media team, who also facilitated the unfortunate TikTok video mocking Victor Osimhen. That was very unnecessary. That was very unprofessional. And in Victor's statement, also, he was trying to play safe, please the people of Naples. Yes, they might be good people, but I think some things are missing in that statement. And that is the fact that he must acknowledge that, Napoli is an institution that stands against racism, but racism should be discouraged in all aspects. And in Italy, it's not something needed. Black players are being taunted. Black players are being called monkeys. Black players are being likened to, bananas and plantains. All these are racists. And even that video mocking was also racist in nature. So I was expecting him to address that, but he tried to play safe and he didn't mention it. Also, it was not just only Nigerians that stood by Victor Osimhen. Everyone across the world, every football lover across the world, especially from other African countries, stood for him. And I think Napoli needs to do better. But if they didn't do better, Victor can walk out of his contract even in January. If not possible, then she waits this summer and walk out of Napoli, because it's obvious they didn't deserve the kind of player he is.
Considering the kind of player he is, Isaac, if you look at it this way, for Victor Osimhen, he actually had the opportunity to leave Napoli when the contract was about to end, and during last season, because of his exploit, he decided to stay back at Napoli this season. And I was one of the persons, even on this show, that supported Victor Osimhen's decision to stay back at Napoli. But for a guy who has actually done, as in did well for 30-something years, you didn't win the league. The last time they won it was with Diego Armando Maradona, and Osimhen came and was able to give them the league title, becoming the highest goal scorer in the league, highest goal scorer in the team. Was that enough for missing a penalty? Was that enough, even though it was a joke? And going as far as social media, where everybody can feast on, is that good coming in from Napoli?
That is a very offensive joke, a very offensive one, and very unnecessary. You see, remember that after Victor missed that penalty, He was substituted 4 minutes to the end of that particular game, and he lashed out at his manager, Luis Garcia. He was not happy. I was one of those that condemned that attitude because you don't do that. You don't do that. You are not superior to the club or to the manager at all. So if he is changing you and bringing you out for another player, it must know every player is there to play. So I really condemn Osimhen's attitude in that regard. But the aftermath and the way Napoli has went about it was very poor. And there was nothing wrong in him staying in Napoli again this season. But if Napoli will continue to treat him this way, I think that everything will be wrong if he remains in Napoli after this season.
Okay, everything will be wrong if he remains in Napoli this season. And for Victor Osimhen, he actually confirmed that they've issued an apology, but not publicly. I think they did that behind closed door. But I think they need to come out in the open, because the statement that Napoli put out there was more of a defensive statement, that they never meant to use the video to mock Victor Osimhen, but we need them to come out openly and say, we are sorry. If it was for a white player, I think they will come out publicly and say they are sorry. So they must do the same thing for Victor Osimhen. I love what he did. That shows that he's a strong man by scoring goal and thanking the fans and thanking Nigeria. We need to do more, and I love the initiative, the step coming in from the sports minister, Senator John Owaneno, who also waded into this case and that of Toby Amuson. Let's see how it ends at the end of the day. Okay, let's still remain in Italy. Let's have the table, the Italian Serie A table. After some matches over the weekend, we will now see where Napoli stays. They are now in third position. Okay, let's begin from the top of the table. Despite the loss, they still remain at the top. Inter Milan topping after 7 games. They have 18 points. AC Milan following closely also with 18 points. But number of goal difference between them and Inter Milan, 16-7. Napoli is now third with goal difference of 10 and then 14 points. Juventus fourth with 6 goal difference and 14 points. Atlanta is now fifth after 7 games with 6 goal difference and 30 points. Fiorentina sixth position on 11 points. Lecce following Fiorentina seventh on the position with -1, also on 11 points. We have Bologna on the 8th position with 2 goal difference and 10 points. We have Sassuolo on 9th position with 9 points, a perfect number for them. Fiorentina on the 10th position after 7 games, -1 with 9 points. Let's have the flip side of it, the second side of the table. Let's see how the other teams are faring before we talk about the first side. Torino is on the 11th position with 8 points. Roma 12th with 8 points on the with 8 points. Genoa on the 13th position with 8 points. We have Hellas Verona on the 14th position, 7 points. Lazio 15th position, 7 points. And Monza 16th position. Udinese 17th position. Salernitana 3 points occupying the 18th position. Empoli finally getting their first point of the season with standing on the 19th position with 3 points, and 20th is Cagliari on the 20th position with 2 points. Let's go back to the first half of the table and see where Napoli is standing, and quickly we'll just talk about the first 3 standing there: Inter Milan, AC Milan, Napoli. Isaac Omidiji, now look at this. These 2 teams used to be, this is how it used to be in the 90s, 2000s, and late 2000s. Now it's now looking that where 7 games, 7 games just played, Inter Milan and AC Milan.
I'm happy to see that the rivalry is back on the pitch and it's reflecting on the table. I remember that Inter already trashed AC Milan this season, and now they are both on same points, following each other. Don't forget that Inter is a team that's also very compact, same with AC Milan. Actually, the manager of Inter, Inzaghi, we've not really given him the respect. He's, he has worked for and deserved. We need to look at it. And for Napoli, I don't see them getting back the title again this season. Might say it's too early, yes. I liken Napoli to a club like Leicester City that came from nowhere and won the league. So it is still going to be between the Italian teams, and probably, maybe a miracle will make Juventus to be serious contenders. I still don't see them as serious contenders. I would not be surprised if the way the table is now is the way it's going to end at the end of the season.
Okay, if the way the table is now, that is how it's going to be at the end of the season. But anything can still happen. 7 matches just played. We still have about 34 matches that are about to go, or 33 matches to go, because it's 38 games to go on the bounce. 7 out of 38. We still have quite a lot of number of matches to go. Okay, let's leave the Italian Serie A and go straight to La Liga. We also have some results of game played over the weekend, and then let's see how some of the results went. We have Getafe and Villarreal ending it on the goalless affair, 0-0. We have Rayo Vallecano and Mallorca also playing out 2-2 draw, and then Real Madrid back to winning ways, winning their second game after they lost to Atletico Madrid 3 against a team that is topping the table, Girona. 3-0 ended away, and then Real Sociedad trashed Athletic Bilbao, one of the Athletic team, 3-0 at home. Let's have the medals. Let's have the table, not medals now. Real Madrid has now gone back to the top of the summit, virtue of beating Girona, who are now third. Barcelona second with 20 points. Real Madrid 21 points. Girona 19 points. They were topping the table before that Real Madrid game, but now they have been pegged to third position. And Atletico Madrid occupying the fourth position with 16 points. Real Sociedad fifth with 15 points. Athletic Club, 6th position with 14 points. Real Betis on the 7th position with 12 points. Rayo on the 8th position with 12 points. Both of them have -2 on goal difference. We have Osasuna occupying the 9th position with 10 points, and Valencia on the 10th position with 10 points also. Both of them, if you look at from 7 to 10, they have -2. In fact, they have the same minus number of goals between Real Betis and Rayo Vallecano, Osasuna and Valencia, and all the 4 teams have the same number of points, 2-2 as it stands. And then let's go to the second side of the table. We have Getafe on the 11th position with 9 points, and then Cadiz on the 12th position with 9 points, -3. This is spectacular for La Liga. We have Villarreal on the 13th position after 8 games, -3 on 8 points, and then from 14 to 16, they have the same number of points, but on goal difference. Sevilla has 1, Mallorca have -3, Alaves have -6, and then we have a 17th position, Celta Vigo with -4 on 5 points, Las Palmas on 18th position, -4 on 5 points, and then Granada on 19th position, -8 goal difference, and then 5 points. And then we have Almeria. They also have got their first point of the season with -10 and 3 points, occupying the 20th position. Isaac, I think the table for La Liga is looking interesting. Three teams, all of them having the same number of points, the same minor of goal difference. What's going on with La Liga? But for Real Madrid, after the loss to their derby against Atletico Madrid, now they've won 2 games back to back, and they are back to the summit of the table.
Yes, good work for Real Madrid. And if you look at that particular league, you realize that every week there's always a new club topping the league. Next week, you might see the Barcelona going back, Real Madrid coming second. And for Girona, I think it's just a matter of time. They will still be taken back to where they used to belong. I don't see them, competing with Real Madrid and Barcelona for the title. Remember that Atletico Madrid still have 1 game yet to be played. So if that is done, they will probably take the position of Girona. Girona will still come further down. So for the for the La Liga, if you watch the game between Granada and Almeria ST, they are both 19 and 20. It ended 3-3. Very interesting one. You know that these are 2 sides who are battling to get their first 3 points of the season.
Yes, 2 sides that are battling to get their first 3 points of the season, and virtual of that, it ended on a draw, 1-1 point apiece. Okay, let's leave the La Liga and go straight to the Ligue 1, where we have some results, and also PSG not doing so well this season. They've not started well this season after how many years where they've been topping that league. Okay, they played out a goalless draw with Clement Foot away. Monaco trashed Marseille, okay, in a 5-goal thriller, 3-2 it ended. Reims to Lyon. Lyon continues to do bad. They've dominated this league for so long, but now we don't know what is going on. 2, they lost to Reims away. Le Havre lost at home to Luxley, 2-0 it ended. Nice and Brest, 0-0. Toulouse 3, Mens 0. Lorient lost to Montpellier at home 3-0. It ended in favor of Montpellier. And Rennes 3 against Moses Simon's team. Nantes 1. Okay, let's have the table. The first side of the table, we're going to take the first side first. Monaco is at the summit with 14 points on 8 goal difference. Brest following with 14 points with 2 goal difference. Reims third with 13 points. Nice is on the 4th position with 13 points. PSG now 5th with 12 points. Rennes 6th with 11 points. Lille with 11 points on 7th position. Strasbourg on the 8th position with 10 points. And Montpellier 9th position with 9 points. And Le Havre on the 10th position, a newly promoted team with 9 points. And right there with a 1 goal difference. Let's have the second side of the table quickly. Toulouse is on the 11th position with 9 points. Marseille on the 12th position with 9 points. Nantes and Metz 8 points apiece each. And then Lens on the 15th position with 7 points. Lorient on the 16th position with 6 points. Clermont-Foot and Lyon have 2 points as it stands on the table in the Ligue 1. For PSG, as it quickly, what is going on? They seems to be losing the grip of that league.
Yes, and probably will be having a new champion, maybe, if possible, this time around in the in the French Ligue 1. And PSG, I think the new manager, Luis Enrique, has not been able to hold his grip on that team. Over-reliance on Mbappe. Whenever he performs, they perform. Whenever he's not performing, they're not performing. And games that they have usually won easily, it's now becoming games that they can't even win. Either they draw or they lose. And this is not good for PSG and their image and the money they've spent on these players. And the most surprising one is Olympique Lyon, who are languishing at the bottom of this particular French league. It's strange to see Olympique Lyon in that position, and I hope that their fortunes will change on time and ensure that they don't go for relegation. But if they do, am I to stop them?
Who are you to stop? Maybe they will come and sign you, probably to come and play for them. Isaac, won't you go? They will sign you as a top striker. Okay, that is on the flip side of it. Okay, let's go on. Let's go straight to Germany, also where Bundesliga action. Hurricane continues to defy all odds right there in the league. Hurricane has proven itself to be one of the best strikers in the world. Leaving the English Premier League, everybody thought, okay, English players don't go away from home. Now, Hurricane say, no, I can go away from home and still do well. He continues to bang in the goals, scoring a penalty over the weekend. Okay, let's have some results of the Bundesliga. We have FC Hiddenheim, as they are called. The Hiddenheim FC Union Berlin at home, 1-0 it ended. FC Cologne, 0. VfB Stuttgart 2, Menzo 5-0. Bayer Leverkusen, I'm happy that Victor Boniface, in fact, their team looks like maybe they are going to win the league. Maybe. They will have VfL Bochum 1848 1, Mönchengladbach 3. We have Wolfsburg 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 0, and Leipzig and Bayern Munich 2-2 it ended. Leipzig going ahead in that game, and Bayern had to come back to level things 2-2, and Kane getting one of the goals through the sport. Now, well, let's have the table. Let's have the table quickly. We have Bayer Leverkusen occupying the table with 16 points after 6 games on 14 goal difference. That means they score a lot. And Stuttgart second with 15 points, 12 goal difference. And Bayern Munich, they have, because virtue of that draw, they are now third, 14 goal difference and 14 points. Dortmund following on the 4th position with 14 points also. Leipzig on the 5th position with 13 points. Hoffenheim 6th position with 12 points. Wolfsburg 7 with 12 points. And Freiburg 8. With 10 points, and Frankfurt 9th with 7 points, and Hiddenheim, as they are called, Hiddenheim, they have 7 points on the 10th position. Now, Isaac, Bayer Leverkusen, that is my consign. How Victor Boniface continues to bag in the goals, and Xabi Alonso now is in fact, right now he is the happiest man in the world that he has a squad that is ready to contend and contest for the German Bundesliga this season.
Well, they have to continue to be very, very good and be, consistent with winning. And Victor Boniface must continue to lead other strikers to score goals. I remember that good news for him. He won the Player of the Month for last month, and this has continued to propel him. And for Bayer Leverkusen, I'm not surprised. This used to be a powerhouse in those days, but Bayern Munich came and made every other club look so useless in the German Bundesliga. However, let's see if things will change. But it's still 7 matches into the 38 games of the season. So let's see how it goes. The club with the greatest grit and perseverance will definitely win it.
Okay, talking about perseverance, you know why I'm happy? Because in Nigerian is tearing that league apart with goals, painting that league with goals. That is Victor Boniface. We used to have the likes of Victor Agali, Chinedu Buke, Nigerians doing well in that league. At some point, we have Balogun, who played in Germany also. But now Victor Boniface is the new man on board. With the way Bayer Leverkusen is playing under Xabi Alonso, do you see that momentum? Because we can't take this away. They also have a very solid bench. If you want to look at that, they have a very solid bench. But can they continue this? Looking at alone, the name Bayern Munich used to scare team in the German Bundesliga. Would they be scared of Bayern this time around?
If they look beyond the name Bayern Munich and look at what the players are doing, look at what is happening in the club, then they should believe that they can defeat Bayern Munich this time around and win the German Bundesliga. Because Bayern Munich is also a team in progression, a team in the making. They are not there yet. They are not the team that used to be very invisible. They're not the team that used to be very scary to all German clubs. Now German clubs are standing up to Bayern Munich. So Bayer Leverkusen must believe. That is very important. The manager must believe, the players must believe that they can do it, and they must continue to do it week in, week out. They have to be consistently doing well for them at the end of the season to be called champions of the Bundesliga. I'll be happy to see a new champion this time around.
Yes, we will be happy to see a new champion this time around. And that champion, we are praying for you, Victor Boniface, to be that champion of the German Bundesliga, just the way Victor Osimhen did in the Italian Serie A. Okay, let's take some transfers quickly. We know that by January, a lot of players will also be moving from one team to the other. Let's take this one. It concerns Arsenal, where they are keen on Kevin Phillips of Manchester City. After this man left Leeds United to Manchester City, it has not been the Kevin Phillips we know. Quickly, Isaac, in just one sentence about Kevin Phillips and Arsenal.
Well, it will be a good addition for Arsenal. Arsenal look to be a club that is trying to solidify every aspect of that team, because having lost the Premier League last season, they believe they can win it this season. And for Calvin Phillips, despite not playing very well, he has become a Champions League winner. So he should look for elsewhere where he can play football.
Yes, he should look for elsewhere where he can play football. Let's quickly take another one, but this time around in Spain. But the player is in England. Now, Barcelona are ready to sell Ansu Fati in January. When the transfer window opens in January, are they going to sell to Brighton? This man is a fantastic player from Ghana, but play for the Spanish national team. Now, Ansu Fati, quickly, should he go back to Barcelona? Let's not forget that we have João Felix, Lewandowski. Is there room for him to go back, even though he go back to Barcelona? Quickly, Isaac.
Well, that is if Barcelona wants him. If Barcelona wants him, he should go away. And remember that he has not been doing so very well with Brighton. The Ansu Fati we saw that broke into the Barcelona team has been struggling to regain that form. And since he's struggling to regain that form, Barcelona are losing hope and patience in him. So if he's not wanted at Barcelona, he should leave.
Okay, if he's not wanted at Barcelona, he should leave and look for where he can be playing elsewhere. Let's take this last one quickly on the show sports update. This one, it concerns Tottenham. Now, they are keeping tabs on the 24-year-old, he's a 24-year-old Bayer Leverkusen player, Edmond Tasoba. He is a very fantastic defender, brutal, strong. Will Bayer Leverkusen let him go? Well, it's not left for them. Okay, Isaac, I will just allow you to say one thing about this young man. Tottenham is keeping tabs on him. 24-year-old defender.
He is a young defender that has continued to do very well. Every season in season, at least in the last 3 seasons, he has been very wonderful, and he has been on the list of top clubs. For Tottenham, they know what they are looking for. They've been playing very, very well under Ag Postecoglou. And for Bayer Leverkusen, we will know how ready they are to win the league by selling their top players in January.
Okay, that is where we leave it on the show sports all day. But Isaac, quickly before we go, are you going to play for Manchester United or Barcelona? Are you going to play for Man U or Barcelona?
Thank you very much, Manuel.
All right, that is it on the show. Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Thanks for watching.